ignore the fact that my background makes no sense whatsoever. Hey you guys, so in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how to make an LPS series. Now keep in mind I'm not a professional LPS tuber. These are just things that I learned when I was making LPS Miko and LPS C+B, which if you're wondering when the third episode is coming out, it's not going to be coming out anytime soon. I haven't been working on it. But anyways, I wanted to share this with you guys because maybe some of you out there want to make an LPS series or want to make a channel or already have a channel and you want to make an LPS series and you just, need to know exactly what to do. So I'm going to share that with you guys. Also, when my birthday comes, this is going to be my new mascot. My birthday is almost in a week, so I'm going to try to make as many videos as I can with this mascot until my birthday comes. And then when my birthday comes, this will be my new mascot. And I might have a birthday vlog. So yeah. Anyways, the first thing that comes to making an LPS series, you don't need a lot of subscribers. I know that you're probably like, well, how is this gonna work if I don't have a lot of subscribers? When you actually think, oh my goodness, sorry about that. When you think about it, a lot of LPS tubers don't get a lot of subscribers until they make an LPS series. And I know that you probably don't want to be earning your subscribers from, making a series, but that's how I got all of my subscribers. I just made a series and then I just got a bunch of subscribers. Which, I know that for some people, it's like, I want my subscribers to not be subscribing to me just for my series. For me, I think that's the majority of the people that subscribe to my channel, but that doesn't really bother me because I put myself in a mindset where if they're subscribing because they enjoy the series that I'm making, that's all that matters to me, is that they like the series and that they're enjoying it. The second thing is writing a script. That is super, super duper important. If you don't write a script, your series is going to be super crappy. Trust me, when I made the first episode of Miko, I did not write a script. I just winged it. I was like, okay, I'm just going to wing it. And then when it came to all the other episodes, I wrote a script for it. And I was like, wow, all these other episodes are so much better than the first episode because I wrote a script. So writing a script for your series is super important. And another thing that is very important when it comes to the script is not using a word or a sentence throughout the script multiple times. So for instance, if you're constantly using see you later, which I do that a lot, it gets kind of boring where it's like this person is constantly using that sentence or word and it just doesn't make the series very interesting. So if you're using other words that relate to like goodbye, which see you later is one of them, you want to use other words like using goodbye or bye or see you tomorrow or have a good day or whatever. Using words that are similar to that will keep the series interesting because you're not constantly using the same word or sentence. And it's best that you write a script in like a notebook or something. Here, I'll actually show you what I use to write the script for C+B. So this is what I use for C+B. It's just like a normal notebook and whatever. And a way that I keep track on what pages I'm on, like what I'm kind of ended the script at, is I use pieces of let's hope that focuses. I use pieces of like duct tape to separate like the end of the whatever episode I ended on. So for instance, where is it? So this was the end of the second episode of C+B. So this is the end of the script for the second episode. And then this is the beginning for the third episode. And then I put a piece of tape here for the third episode. That way when I do the fourth episode, I'm not, confused on what I left off on. Hopefully that made sense. The third thing is lighting. You don't need professional lights or whatever just to get good lighting. You can simply use a cold light and a warm light. You're probably wondering, what's a warm light and a cold light? A warm light is a light that has an orange tint to it. So, let's see if I can show you what I exactly mean. So, this light has an orange tint to it, meaning that it's a warm light. Now, it was a cold light, but this kept falling over, don't ask why. And I think it kind of broke it a little bit, so now it's a warm light. But that's pretty much what a warm light is, when it has an orange tint to it. So this one is a cold light. It is a warm light, but since this lamp is more orange than this one, this ends up becoming a cold light. So when you have a warm and a cold light together, it makes kind of like a natural lighting, if that makes any sense. I didn't explain the cold light too well. A cold light is pretty much when it has a blue tint to it, and a warm light has an orange tint to it, and that's what makes it kind of natural lighting. Now, if you already have good lighting in your room, then you don't need to use a warm and a cold light. But since the lighting in my room sucks, I use a warm and cold light, so then my lighting is good. It's also best to put the two lights together, like close together, instead of having them in two separate spots, because then it doesn't look good. Here, let me see if I can show you somehow. So this is what it looks like when the two lights aren't together. If you try doing it in either way, it just looks weird, because then your hand is kind of covering the warm light, or your hand is covering the cold light, and then it just doesn't look good. So having the two lights together makes the lighting look good. The fourth thing is the voices. It is extremely difficult trying to make the voices sound different from each other. You might notice that a lot in Miko and C+B, that I have trouble making the voices sound different from each other. And it really, really is difficult, but you do have to practice and try your best to make the voices sound as accurate as you want them to be and as different as you want them to be. So you really just have to practice making the voices sound as different as possible. Like I said, it's extremely difficult. I'm still having a hard time trying to make the voices sound different, but it just takes time and practice. The fifth thing is taking your time. If you're rushing to make this series, it's not going to be good. Which is kind of the reason why the third episode isn't out yet, because one, I haven't been working on it, and two, I was taking my time with the script, because when you're taking your time with it, even though it does take a very long time before you can start recording it, it's just best to really take your time with doing the voices and changing out the set and writing the script. You just need to take your time with it. The sixth thing is you don't need a lot of LPS. You probably think that's a little ridiculous, but if you don't have a lot of LPS, that's okay. You will end up getting more, maybe from just buying them or getting them from friends or whatever. You don't need a lot. You just use what you have, pretty much. Just use the LPS that you have, and you'll get more in the future. It's not like you're never going to get any more. The seventh thing is be creative. If you're doing a series that's kind of similar to LPS Popular, where it's a school-like theme, and there's drama, and boys, and kissing, and whatever, it's not going to be very interesting to other people, because it's exactly like every other series that everyone is making. So use your imagination. Don't make a series that everyone else is making where it involves drama in school and whatever. Just do it differently. If you want to do the whole school theme, you can do that, but put your own twist to it. Do your own different things with it that doesn't make it as similar as every other LPS series. Just use your imagination and the creativity that you have. The 8th thing is use what you have. What I mean by that is use whatever you have for props. If it's just making them, or if it's things that may seem like it could work for LPS, use those things. Every single prop that I pretty much have isn't LPS related, but I use it anyways because it can work for LPS. So for Miko's room in the cafe and in the 3rd episode Ben's room, those are things that I made, and other things that I also have. I was just like, oh, this can work for LPS, and so I used it for my LPS. I meant to say Salty's room, not Miko's room. But anyways, just use the props that you have. I mean, these are just things that I'm using for my background. A Tamagotchi, I think this is a 3. I'm not sure what kind of DS this is. A little, like, stuffed animal. Just use things that you have. You don't have to always use LPS related things. The 9th thing is watch other LPS series for inspiration. The reason I say that is because there have been times where I'm like, I don't feel like recording C+B and whatever, and then when I watch an LPS series, it gets me to want to make C+B and whatever. If you do that, where if you're like, I don't really feel like making this episode or whatever, if you watch an LPS series, and it doesn't even matter what series it is, it could be LPS Popular, it could be my series if you want to watch my series, it could be whatever LPS series, just as long as it's getting you inspired to want to make your show. And the last thing is have fun with it. Don't feel like you have to make the series just because everyone wants to see it. Make it for your own sake. Make it because you just want to have fun making it. Even if you don't make a script for it and it's, crappy and whatever, or you think it's crappy, just have fun making it. I think that's what I have issues with, is I feel like I have to make the series just so then everyone can see it. And I'm not doing it for the sake of having fun with it. With the 2nd episode, I was actually having a lot of fun making it, and I kind of missed that. Even though I haven't been working on it, I think I should start working on it so then I can experience having fun making it and whatever. So have fun making the series. Don't feel like you're obligated to make it because everyone wants to see it. Just make it because you want to make it. So that's all when it comes to making an LPS series. If you guys are confused about certain things and you have questions when it comes to it, let me know in the comments below and I'll let you guys know or try to make it so then you understand it more. But if you want, subscribe, like this video if you liked it. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's down in the description box below. And my LPS Amino. And yeah, bye!
This beat is automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky, fresh. My body's so